Hello and welcome. My name is Aaron. Today I'm watching the music video for Fly Up by tripleS, msnz, Neptune, and I have already reacted to the music videos for Cameo Love and Bubblegum Girl, and I will react to the music video for Q&A. And the other thing is I have already heard the song Fly Up because I wrote a review for the entire mini album, so that's what I'm going in with. What I'm hoping for is a lot of darker scenes like the very first one we see here, with some playing around with light. That's what I would like to see, but we'll see about that. Regardless, that's all I have for the start, so let's just get into it. Oh, very pretty. I did not expect a sports concept. For some reason that wasn't on my radar at all. What were the other concepts? Cameo Love was a very dark school concept, and Bubblegum Girl was a social media concept, kind of. A digital concept at the very least. A sports concept is really weird and out of nowhere. Listen, I'm still waiting for my city music video that I've been craving. I have no explanation to why, but I felt like this might be the song that gives me that, but apparently not. Let's see how they continue with this. Nice transitions. The choreography is really cute. The chorus choreos of all three songs that I have seen so far are all very consistent, but also being very distinct, because all three choreos have a very clear focus on arm movements and on detailed hand gestures, is the best way I can put it right now. So that's a really nice touch that also fits with keeping the 4 units consistent while still keeping them as 4 separate units. I will say the dark outfits bother me a little bit, but maybe they get a second outfit, so I keep that until the end. I want to retract my statement. The black outfits in the dance scene are good because they reflect the light, they're shiny. The other black outfits are all matte, so they absorb all of the light, which makes them look a lot more boring than I feel like they should be. That's my reasoning. The mirrors are nice. Ooh. This higher shot is really interesting, but it feels kind of cheap, and I can explain why. I actually just talked about this in my reaction to White Memories by Fromis9, because they also had a high shot. And the same thing was in Girl Set's Little Miss music video. Both of those did it really well. Here, it doesn't feel like they fully committed to it. I don't know if they didn't have a choice or if they couldn't do it any other way, but it feels like they put the camera as high as they could without any extra special equipment. And that unfortunately doesn't work that well, especially for me coming from 2 music videos where they did that really well by having the camera actually on a building somewhere. That's my assumption, I don't know. But in both cases it looked like it was shot from a building down. Here it looks like they aren't as high up, or what could be is they are actually pretty high up, but they zoomed in so far you can't see the distance anymore. And the angle is really weird. I think that's why I think they only put the camera like, I don't know, 4 or 5 meters up, and then they filmed down. I'm not good with math, so I don't know, but that's what it looks like to me, and I just don't think it. I think this is a good idea for this music video. Just the execution could have been done a little bit better. I also have an issue. We've only had this scene for a second, but we've only seen it from the side. We haven't seen it frontal, and I do think that's doing a disservice to the choreo as well. So this is an element I dislike. It feels a lot like they really wanted the lines to be straight in terms of where they are facing, but I feel like it could have done a lot better if the members would be facing the camera, even with the line on the ground. It's just a really odd choice. Honestly, it feels a little bit like they lost the footage where they filmed from the front. I don't know if that's the set that they used for the performance video, and that's why none of the frontal view is here, but it's a weird choice. It's a choice. It's a weird choice. You know what? The other thing I just realized. The light is coming from right behind them. The camera is aligned with the light, but the members aren't. That makes sense from a directorial perspective, because you wouldn't want the members to only be lighted from the back, so the faces would be much harder to see. It's a weird choice. I have many questions about this scene specifically, and I don't think I will get any answers. I'm very confused by this. I feel like this might be a problem that could be attributed to the fact that they had to do 4 music videos for this. Things like this are bound to happen. There's a reason why groups usually only do 1 music video for a release. So that could partially explain it, but it's still a bit disappointing. I think, honestly, now thinking about it, Cameo Love also had its faults, but the music video seemed pretty consistent and coherent and interesting. With both Bubblegum Girl and now Fly Up, I'm having some issues because it just feels like they didn't put as much work in as they could have. And I reacted to Cameo Love first on a whim. I just followed the msnz order. That's why I started with Cameo Love, which is by the Moon Unit. So it's really interesting. I'm just a bit confused by it. That's cool. The choreo looks so good though. I think that's also what bothers me. The choreo looks really, really interesting. They have a full set where they dance and they aren't showing it to us properly. You know what's really bothering me about the outfits? I get that it's a sports concept, but I also saw Aspier's debut with Zoom this year, and they also had a sporty concept and it was colorful. So I wish they would have gone a little bit more into that direction with the styling. Not for the entire music video. I like the black outfits. They have their place in this music video. But a more colorful outfit for this set, for example, would have been a fine choice as well. And it was almost at the end. I have to unlearn to pause right before the music videos end because I keep doing it. And it's never on purpose. I like the editing. The editing's really nice. They did a lot of interesting stuff with that. And honestly, that was necessary because it just wasn't that interesting visually. I think I also kind of expected them to go into a similar direction to the music video of Cameo Love, just with more details. We kind of got that with how dark it was, but we also didn't really get it. So I don't know what that means. I think I kind of expected this to happen, but Cameo Love gave me a lot of hope, to be honest, because 4 music videos and a special clip, because they did a special clip for Christmas alone. it was bound to happen that not all of them are on par with each other. I think I'm a little bit more disappointed by Flyer because it sounded the most like a tripleS title track. So I expected the music video to be kind of on par with that, and it wasn't. But again, I do think this can be attributed to just the fact that they had to do 4 music videos, which is a lot. And it's still pretty impressive that they did that, because I honestly expected they would release 4 music videos not together, but spread out over a certain amount of time. But they batched them all together and threw them out. So I respect it to a certain degree. I am still allowed to be disappointed by this music video. I also think I got my hopes up too high before and after Cameo Love. And I think Bubblegum Girl also played into that, because I did like the music videos for Cameo Love and Bubblegum Girl, but they are also very contained and limited. Which is fine in context of them having to do 4 music videos, but in a general music video context is kind of disappointing. And that's still okay. I think the other thing is Bubblegum Girl really fulfilled that, because there was a lot of color in there, but I really had hope for more color, so having them just be in black outfits on black and gray sets, it's just not that great for me right now, because I am missing color. And it's something that I comment on a lot, because it's something that I actually know how to comment on. So there's not much here besides shiny outfits good. So that's a bit unfortunate for me. Regardless, I think that's just where I'm going to end it, because I don't have much more to say besides what I've already talked about. As said before, I've already reacted to the music videos for Cameo Love and Bubblegum Girl. They're gonna be linked wherever I can link them. I will react to the music video for Q&A, even though that might take a little bit. But I'm gonna do it this month, I can promise that. And I wrote a review for the whole mini album Beyond Beauty. That's over on Tumblr. I will have that linked below. And I do more reactions on my channel, so if I could interest you in anything else, please consider checking my other stuff out. And that's all I have. So, thank you for watching, take care of yourselves, drink tea, and with this, I release in the depths of the universe once again. See ya!